Hey, Mike. She is an amazing woman. She is the queen of CEO of Cougar headquarters. I'm pretty sure she's going to
Hey
introduce
you.
herself. Hey, love.
Hey you.
What is going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. You look absolutely amazing as always.
Thank you. I just happened to see you and I said, "Oh, you young cub."
So Happy New Year. How's the New Year starting off for you?
Oh, it's beautiful. How is yours? Happy New
It's going
Year.
great. It's going great. I can't complain at all. If I did, it'd be in the trash can. It will be
Yeah?
in the trash can. So, I have some ladies on here. Some of them know you
Mm-hmm.
because some of them have probably tagged you in one of my videos, right? So if you don't
Yes.
mind, introduce yourself. Let them know who you are. Y'all, please follow this
Hey
lady.
yo. I am Jordan Michaels, CEO of Cougar headquarters.
There you
That's
have
it.
it.
That's it. That's all I
So
got.
I was
So,
asking my audience or the community
mhm.
the question about conversating or having communication skills with an older woman, right? It's completely different or it's remotely different than having conversation with someone in their 20s, maybe in their 30s, just based on experiences, financial
Right.
knowledge, spiritual knowledge, the whole nine yards, right? So
Right.
what would be pet peeves for you if a young man was trying to come up to you, you got your hat on, you sipping your brown, whatever the case may be, and they come up and they approach you in a respectful way and they try to hold conversation with you, what would be that red flag like you not gonna make it?
Don't call me ma.
Say it again.
Cougar restriction. Cougar restriction 101. Don't call me ma.
Have you had that
Because
before?
I get that. Oh, definitely. Because they don't know how to approach an older woman. So when they come up, they do that little. You know how guys when they see a girl that's cute and she may be short and they say, "What's up, shorty?" That's what
Yeah.
they do to older women. They'll say, "What's up, ma?" And for us, we don't take it as something being real cute because we realize we can be your mother.
Yeah.
So you have
Yeah.
to have a new approach with us. You can't call us ma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for me, that's like me breastfeeding my son. Like I birthed you, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what about eye contact? Is that a big factor with you? If a younger man um, approach you, um, giving you some great conversation, but he's doing this with his eyes every 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, that's a red flag. You're insecure. You're
Mm,
not telling me the truth. You're telling me what you want me to hear.
mm, mm. So if
Yeah.
there, so if there's any Cubs on here, like you heard it, and this is the CEO of Cougar headquarters.
Yeah.
She's telling you, and
It's not good.
I've mentioned this multiple times. How important is eye contact? I don't care if she's a lady as well. Like still a firm handshake as well. Like I've gotten so many compliments. Like if I'm shaking a woman's hand and I don't have like
Mhm.
that wimpy, kind of handshake, like that's also a red flag. So it's about being confident in self, and I think that's just the basis of talking to anybody, relationship wise or romantically, intimately, whatever the case may be. It's confidence. So
It's
eye contact.
definitely. And one of the things that I love most, because you have to understand, I don't always make eye contact because I'm shy in a sense. When you first meet me, like you'll see me look away from time to time. But it's a difference when someone is looking away when they're talking to you and everything, just like you just described, versus how I'm doing it right now.
Right.
That's not lack of confidence for me. For me, it's a little shyness that I have. And when I warm up to you, oh, I'll look at you spot on because now I want you to know the challenge is there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely.
so sometimes we can tell if it's someone that it's not that they lack confidence, but they're a little bit shy in a sense, and you got to just warm them up a little.
Yeah.
I could tell when a person is nervous, so to say, and they're getting, they're trying to find their little niche, to talk to me. They may be feeling like, wow, she may be out of my league. And I would tell some young men, those young cubs, even if you feel like the woman is out of your league, I think you should shoot your shot because you'll
Absolutely.
be surprised because some of us we be with the shits.
Look here. Look here. Look, and I'll add to that too. Um, every this has happened to me personally, right? I've
Hmm.
I've approached a woman that was at least 52, right? She turned me down.
Hmm.
She said, you are very handsome. If you were older, yes. And I can respect that. I can respect that. I think everybody has their, okay, I'm not going that
Hmm.
young, but if you was about 5 years
We have
older,
our
yeah,
limits.
right. And I can get that.
Right.
No, not knocking that. But what ended up happening is we ended up having a great business relationship out of that. So a lot of times
Right.
people think that, oh man, she turned me down. That means that I'm not a good person. Like every person that you meet doesn't have to evolve into a romantic, sexual type of relationship. Like one of the questions that I'm going to ask, regardless if you're my friend or if I'm in a relationship with you, is what can we do together, right? That can bring some
Hmm.
bonds in. Like that's one of my first questions, if that's an option, right? So
Right.
you don't always have to feel, and this is for the Cubs or just anybody, you don't always have to feel like, oh man, that's the end all be all just because they didn't want to take it there. There's other opportunities, and hopefully you're not trying to do it just to be slick. You're
Right.
doing it just to be genuine. But that's also an
Well, we
aspect
could
too.
kind of weed through that part of it when when we know, because, me being 51 years old, like when I'm being approached and I'm having, conversations with these young cubs, one of the things I always would take a feel of, are you trying to play this, or what is it that you really want? Because see, for me,
Mm,
I'm a little bit different.
yeah,
I'm not looking to be in a relationship with a young cub.
yeah,
For me, you have only general purposes. So for me, when you approach me and you're shooting your best shot and you're telling me all the things that a woman would want to hear, but it's BS, because what you really want is to lay down with me. I'd rather for you to come to me that way of saying what it is that you want versus trying to go around it in a roundabout way, because then you played yourself, because now you won't get what you want.
right. So let's actually talk about that because I think so many people miss the mark on just being honest. And this is one of the things that I do love about older women. Look,
Hmm.
if they want to do the hanky panky, like they're more than likely just going to say that. And this is one thing that I've always
Oh
experienced,
yeah.
and the community can agree with me, or they'll let you know if I'm lying or not. Is and this is not to kind of lift y'all up on a pedestal, but it's like you got to look at it. Like a lot of these women are 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 up. They they're not like really interested in like wasting time. It's like, look, I'm 50 something years old. This is what I want. Either we're gonna do this or no. Just come up through the
Hmm.
feet with it. Like and I guess it's cool with me because you don't have to spend time like trying to spit game. Like, look, man, you got to have some type of mouthpiece to a certain degree. You just can't be like no corny buster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And one of the things I could tell you, I normally say something on the lines of, look, hmm, I appreciate you buying me a drink,
yeah,
but we could stop right here, because I seriously want to let you know, if all you want is some pussy,
yeah,
then just ask for it.
yeah,
I may be willing. I may be down with it, but don't waste my time, because you don't want to get to truly know me. I definitely don't want to get to know you. So
mm,
why are we going to waste time? We're grown. We can do what grown people do.
yeah,
If that's what we're choosing to do, we got to be protective, safe, and do what we have to do, but don't waste my time. Because
yeah,
if that's all you want, then you need to say that to me, because I might be with that. I
yeah,
may be on that. Or I may just say, okay, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not interested.
yeah,
And yeah, that'll make him feel a certain kind of way. It's not my intention, but I just rather you not waste my time or me waste yours. Because you
absolutely,
better believe, if I see a young cub that's very pleasing to the eye,
yeah,
I'm not going to waste this time. I'm going to say, oh, you young cub. So let me ask you a question.
right,
One, I want to know, is your daddy still married to your mama? And he'll laugh, because that's
yeah,
me spitting my game.
yeah,
Well, yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to just take his product,
mm, mm, mm. And I
and
know for certain that would catch a lot of young men off guard, because you got to look
definitely.
at it. A lot of times, especially women our age, we're not approached like that. Like that's almost, I'm not gonna say it's not heard of because you do have some like very confident, like, look here, this is what I want. Can we get down with the get down? If
Hmm.
not, cool, we out. But that's not a normality. That's not a
Yeah.
normality at all. That's not a normality. So let me ask you this, because there's like this ongoing debate on exactly what a cougar is, right? So apparently you have five different versions of what a cougar is, and we've talked about this before. You have
Hmm.
puma, which is roughly maybe like women 30, 35. Then you have cougars, and then you have jaguars, and then you have panthers, right?
Well, right, in their world,
Okay.
because in over here at Cougar headquarters, our pumas are our babies. Our pumas are our 20 to 30.
Mm.
And once you start dating a young man that's 5 to 10 years younger, then we graduate you over here and
Yeah.
you become a cougar.
Yeah.
Now, we don't play that whole panther, jaguar, because guess what? In society, when an older woman is dating a younger man, the first thing they always say is, damn, she a cougar. They
Yeah.
don't say, oh, she a jaguar. Oh, she a panther.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that they want to separate themselves and they want their own feline. They want to be in their own category.
Yeah.
But I look at them and I tell them, I allow them when they come to my website and they register and do all that, I allow them to put that jaguar thing, but the basis
Really?
of it is you still, yeah, on my website. You when they go to the website, they have the little drop down. It's a young cub, puma, and I think
Yeah.
it's a panther or jaguar, one of them. I give them an option to do that. But over here, you're a cougar because a cougar is to me a woman that's dating a younger man that's 5, 10, 15 years younger than she is. Plain and simple.
There we go.
Now we already know what a sugar mama is, and over at Cougar headquarters, we ain't
Please
doing the
tell us
sugar
the
mama.
difference.
Well, the sugar mamas are the ones that's buying it. We don't have to pay for it. We don't have to pay for it. Our charm, our charisma, who we are sets the stage. We don't have to
Right.
pay for it. We're not buying for your time. We're not desperate. We don't need
Right.
to pay your light bill
Right.
to see your torso. You know,
Yeah, paying
we
that light
don't we
bill to see
don't
the
we don't need to
torso.
go that right. We don't need to do all that. You know, yeah. Sugar
Absolutely.
mama normally it's a benefit for a young cub to have a sugar mama because financially she'll support him just like a sugar daddy would for our pumas.
Which would be considered mom in a sense,
A
more of a
mom,
typical mom. Yeah, I mean, so
well, yeah, a
yeah,
sugar
yeah. So,
mama,
so you have this misconception that every cub is out to get older women just for money. Like that's the perception
right?
that pertains to cubs. And then even on the flip side, you have the perception to where it is a double standard, and people have heard me say this, right? Where an older man can date younger, and no lie, like we'll get dapped up. Like we're getting dapped up, even if it's not
Mm-hmm.
dating. It's just, oh man, you bagged a young one. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Mm-hmm.
you getting a trophy for that.
Mm-hmm.
Versus older women who have that same type of attraction to younger men, y'all more or less get that side eye like, now she know better, right?
Right.
Do you experience that, or have you experienced that?
Well, my videos tell my true story. So when I met a young cub's mom and she wanted to know, what it was I doing with her son, I just politely told her in so many words, this is what I have your son doing at my house. But, of course, because older women that are dating these younger guys, when they come across, especially their
Yeah.
mamas look at us side eyes because of the fact that as older women, we know better. We already know the game. We know what we're doing. How dare you looking, you doing this to my son? You know better. That's
Mm,
that's the communication between women.
mm,
When we look at it like you dating this young boy, girl, you can't get nobody on your age, your level.
yeah.
And it's frowned upon by a lot of women because of the fact that they feel like we're trying to play them, like we're using them,
Yeah.
and for lack of better words, unfortunately, that's why I established the rules of engagement. And that's why I say you have to come to the table with the young cub and you have to really set the tone of what this is. Because I wouldn't want anyone to think that I'm using them in a sense for sex because I don't really need to do that. But I would want them to know this is where our relationship is. I'm not your girlfriend. You're not my boyfriend. and make a clear understanding of what it is that we're doing. But
So
we
let
also have to be cautious too,
so
because
let
sometimes they change.
absolutely, absolutely. So let me stop you right there because you just touched on something that I've told um, the community at large for I don't know how many months, since we've been doing
Hmm.
Cougar Talk. And that's at the beginning. And y'all let me know if I'm lying or not. At the beginning of these relationships, whatever it is, people are afraid to have these type of conversations of like, look, this is what we're doing. This is what I expect. This is what I'm not expecting. This is the cutoff line. Like if you do this, it's a wrap. People are not having that, so they wonder why y'all doing a hanky panky forever. How long? And somebody turn out crazy, and you like, well, I didn't want you to do that. Well, you never talked about it at the beginning. You just jump right into it. So whether regardless if it's you know doing the hanky panky, if y'all just going out for drinks, they going over your house, you going over their house, whatever the case may be, have those conversations. Don't be afraid to sit there and have those hard conversations. How do
Hmm.
Cubs respond, right? Because it seems like you have it like very strict to where it's like, okay, look, this is what I want, right? Because I'm not desperate or anything like that. If you want to be with me, right? If you approach me and you want to lay with me, you want to spend time with me, whatever the case may be, this is what I'm expecting. And when you come up um, confident and upfront at the very beginning, how do they respond to that? How do they typically respond to that?
How do they respond with the rules of engagement?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I
Okay.
barely,
So for
barely.
me, okay, well, hold on one second. Well, for me, when it comes to set
You
the
muted.
tone,
You muted.
can you hear me?
I can now. I can now.
Okay, hold on. Hear me?
Yes,
Hear me?
yes.
Okay. So when we create the engagement, it's to make sure that both parties have an input because seriously, he has the opportunity to say all that he wants, and he has the opportunity to what he's after. And the reason why you want to establish that at the beginning is so that no feelings will get hurt. So there anything where people are misled or there was something that was rude and all of this. So literally, I sit down and say, "Hey, come up with this establishment. The rule of it, and it's not a legal binding contract." Because what happens is that
Hey, Jordan, you breaking up again?
okay, hold on. So I'm gonna come out and go back in. Okay.
Okay, all right. So as she's coming back in, she's gonna invite herself back in. So if you're jumping on the live and y'all keep make sure y'all tapping that screen. So this is Jordan Michaels. She's the CEO of Cougar Headquarters. If you're just now hopping on, we've been following each other for quite a while, and y'all know how y'all can see clearly how she gets down. It's up front, and that's one thing that I do love about older women. I would never knock someone, right, for how they choose to interact. My only tip is that you be upfront so that way people can make a valid, conscious effort or a valid, conscious choice on if they want to, if they want to proceed with it or not. So there's nothing wrong with having these conversations up front. It will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of energy, and
Well,
like the whole 9 yards. Like it'll save you so much just unnecessary drama, right? So
right.
okay, Jay Michaels, you back. So you were saying if you don't mind starting over because you were breaking up for a good little minute, I can read your lips, but I
Okay.
did want my audience to catch it. So the question was, how do Cubs respond to your rules of engagement? Because you are very upfront and direct about, look, this is what I'm wanting. How do they typically respond?
They absolutely love it because they get some input. They get
Mm,
to explain to me what it is that they're for and what they're. And right there, we could do a meeting of the mind. And say, okay, this is what we can agree. So then, therefore, no one would feel used. No one would feel like it was a waste of their time or someone got played or, any of that.
Right.
Establishing rules is important because you have to revisit them from time to time. Because guess what? As long as I'm spending time with you, feelings are going to start developing. They're going to be more than what it is. And that's why that's important. Because if it's a cougar who only interest is to nasty you, it's going to be nasty with you, and every now and then phone call to you when they want some more. But if it's someone that's going to really spend time with you without having titles, without all the commitments and everything, yes, you want to have, because at some point, either her feelings are going to get caught up or your feelings are going to get caught up. And you have to go back to, hey, listen, this is what I'm thinking, because that person has a right to say, I can't go for it because I'm wanting.
That's real. That's real. That's honorable, and that's to me that's called being an adult.
Yeah, adult.
Yeah.
So I know that some of the Cougars over at my Cougarettes over in Cougar headquarters, when I tell them those things and things of that nature and it's worked out for them, it's only when some of them get caught up that their feelings are hurt, because as an older woman, it's like we're guarded in a sense because of the fact that dealing with a younger man, especially a younger man who's never been married, who does not have any children, we have to understand that one day he's going to seek that, and we're not at the age of really when we're birthing out these babies.
Mm,
Our kids grown,
yeah.
you know, we have grandchildren.
Right.
So, or I know personally, baby, you're not going to get no baby here. Have some older kids, yeah, but grandkids that you can play with,
Yeah.
because we're not, you know what I mean? So sometimes older women get so caught up with their younger man, they fall in love with him.
Mm,
And it's a thing where when he's wanting more, it's like he wants to have children. So now he's seeking for it. Because sometimes, dealing with younger men, they want the maturity and they want the experience of being with the older woman. They want the beauty of it because they know that we know what we're doing. They
right.
know handle all what they're bringing, but they still want the younger woman sometimes to play with, to have
Mm,
side, to be that necessarily arm candy that you need for their sexual. So there's a
mm.
being involved with a younger cub that you have to deal with when you're.
Amazing. Amazing. So, would you feel that every young man would want children eventually?
Well, some of them don't,
Yeah.
but across the ones that do, they want
Yeah.
to get, they want to
Yeah.
have a family, and you have to be honest with yourself. Can you provide that to him? Because
Mm,
if you, then guess what you're doing? You're wasting. Now you're playing with him.
mm,
Very,
mm.
and I believe the best part of it is how stuff.
Say that again. You kind of broke up.
The best part of how Stella got her groove back. You know,
Ah.
Angela
Ah.
Bassett.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I knew when
Absolutely.
I watched that movie 42 times. My goal in life.
Yeah. Angela Bassett, man. She's Of course, everybody knows Angela Bassett is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So okay,
Yes.
that's actually very interesting. So I know I have a lot of older women within my community, and one of their issues is that they always feel as though the cub is going to eventually want kids, which is understandable, right? Which is understandable. So it's like in my case, for the past, I guess now 5 to 6 years, I haven't wanted kids. Like I don't see myself having kids, and
Mhm.
that's a personal choice that I've made just from how things are, patience, time. Like I know myself. I know myself, right? So it's possible, and this is to everybody else that's on the live. Like it's possible. I'm not gonna say that every young man is like that because, as J. Michael said, like you're gonna have some people
Young man is
who.
like that because, as J. Michael said, like you're gonna have some people who.
Okay, I guess it's an echo coming back from your phone. But
Okay, I
as
guess
J.
it's an
Michael
echo coming
said,
back from
that
your
you
phone.
have
But as J. Michael said, that you
some
have
young men that are going to eventually want kids. So now the question would be, when that happens, did you guys already have that discussion on, hey, if you start feeling this type of way, I'm gonna have to be out. Like, do you have those discussions? This is, to the audience. Do y'all actually have these type of discussions with your cubs? Because it can happen, obviously, right? It can happen, obviously. So when it does happen, are you saying like, hey, we talked about this on day 2?
It's echoing. Hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta
it is.
go out and come back in.
It's a bad echo.
Hold on.
All right. So she's gonna hop back off. But are we having these? We can't. Her feedback. Okay, let's try this one more time. I'm gonna invite her up one more time. Let's try now. Send her invite. Here we go.
That's some young cubs through.
Say it again.
That's those young cubs through.
All right, so I think the echo is going. All right, so now going back to the question, when you're dating a young cub, and this is for the audience, when you're dating young cubs, or you're interested in a young cub, or a young cub comes and approach you, you guys start hitting it off, y'all have a great time, whatever the case may be. Are you having these type of hard conversations up front? Are you saying that, hey, I'm only in this for the hanky panky? Or are you saying like, look, I'm really looking for companionship? Or hey, I'm looking for, friendship to see if it can grow into some type of relationship. Hey, if you fall in love, I'm gonna need you to tell me, because that's not what I'm looking for, right? Are you guys actually having this type of conversation at the very beginning? Hey, Mandy. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Beyond Measures. Long time no see. Long time no see. Right? So are y'all having these type of conversations?
That's
need to say it.
Your audience.
Say it again.
You're asking that question to your audience?
Yeah, I'm asking the question back to the audience, and I'm gonna actually bring somebody else up. I told him I was gonna rotate it around. So I'm gonna put you back in the audience, and then I'm gonna bring somebody else up. But thank you, Jay Michaels. Y'all, please make sure y'all follow this system, please.
And you are our favorite cub.
Thank you.
All right,
love. All right, peace. I cut off. What's going on, Tia?
What's going on? So I've dated someone younger than me. I'm 41, by the way. I would say my cutoff is 10 years. The most I've done is 10.
Okay.
I think at the time I was like 37, and he was like 27.
Okay.
But what did it for me was I already had kids going in.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point where I can't have kids anymore. And he always said it wasn't an issue, like, oh, it's I don't want kids, it's cool. But then it was always the thing, like, it was always brought up like he wanted kids. And I knew he did, but he would tell me he didn't. But it's like something deep down inside, I knew he eventually wanted to be a dad, and I'm like, I can't do that for you.
Yeah.
So,
now, when you say he would do things that would like for an example, like what? Like he would do things like in a passive aggressive way, or like
he would say certain things like, we would have had a beautiful daughter together, or we would have had you know what I mean? It was just things like that he would say all the time. And it's like, dude, like, why are you saying it? Like, what my situation is like. And even if I could have more kids, I don't think I wanted to at that point, because my kids are grown. I mean, like, so it's like I really didn't. But yeah, for me, like I said, now going into it, 10 years would be the youngest for me, only because I would want that person to already like be established and know for a fact, like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I don't want. Cause yeah.
So let me ask you, would you feel as though, like, I'm 31, right? Would you feel as though someone in their 30s would be more inclined, or would you believe someone more in their 30s if they said, hey, I don't want to have kids? Like
I would.
Okay, okay,
I would
okay.
at that point, because I feel like once you hit a certain age, and especially if you're mature enough to know where you are in life and where you're going or where you want to be,
Yeah,
and you know for sure, like, hey, kids are just not my thing. I mean, because us older women, let's be real, like, I mean, me, I'm gonna just say me. I can't speak for everybody.
mm,
I'm not having no kids in my 40s. Like, I just don't want. I mean, I can't physically, I can't. But even if I had a choice, I would. So it's like for me dating someone that 10 years younger than me, like I have to know for sure,
yeah,
like this is what you want because this is where I'm at in life.
yeah,
Um, but I feel like in the 30s they should have more. Um, more of an understanding of where they are in life. Like they should be more settled and, just kind of know like, hey, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. But
gotcha.
it's
Amazing.
kind of hard though. It really is kind of hard dating younger. I'm not gonna lie. Well, for me, it's kind of hard. Um,
And you're in Louisiana, correct?
no, actually, well, I'm from Louisiana, but I live outside of Memphis. So I live
Really?
in Mississippi. Yes, I know, weird, but
No, no, it's not like you're like up
but
the street, not up the street, but you're like
yeah,
some
I'm
miles
I'm
away.
like a state over from you.
Yeah,
I'm actually in
yeah,
Mississippi, so I'm like a state from you. I'm not
yeah.
I'm not that far. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah,
So
I'm actually outside of Memphis. I'm in Mississippi, but near Memphis. So
okay, got you. So let
yeah.
me ask this, and I asked I don't know if you know who Jordan Michaels is. She's the CEO of Cougar headquarters. I don't know if you ever came across her
Mm,
TikTok before. She's like
no.
she's really dope. She's a good people. So I brought her on before you. She was on before you, and I asked her a question. Um, because it was a cub, it was another younger man on here who was asking like, "Hey, how do I approach an older woman, or a cougar, somebody who's attracted
Mm,
to younger men?" And a lot of times, a lot of younger men they don't know how to hold conversations with an older
okay.
woman, right? Because older women, let's not be naive. You guys are definitely more experienced in just
Mhm.
life experiences because you live longer. That's pretty much automatic. But
Right.
what are pet peeves, right? If a younger man was trying to come up to you and let's say he saw you shopping or he saw you at a park, restaurant, and he approached you, what would be a pet peeve for a young man to do while holding conversation with you? Like, what would be like in like, nah, bro, you're not
Oh,
gonna do
that's a good question. Oh, I really don't know. All I can say is no, because I really don't. That's kind of hard to say, because a lot of things happen in those moments. But what I can say is, for the younger guys, just be confident. Like I like a man with confidence. Like don't approach me, kind of just I don't know, just be confident.
it.
Like I really can't put it any other way. Because I'm not. I've heard people say I look unapproachable, and my thing is if you can come up in a like I'm really a cool person. Like once you start talking to me, you'll understand that. But
Yeah, you good
um,
people.
yeah, just come up and start talking. Like, but just be confident. Like don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? But that's all I really don't have a pet peeve that I can just like point at right now because like I said, a lot of things happen in the moment and I really don't know how would react
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
certain person. It's just based on how they approach me. Um,
So
you know.
on a date, the if you can
Uh-huh.
remember the last time you were on a date with a younger man, eye contact, is that a big
Mhm.
deal for you? Is that a
That's a
big
big deal for me. Yes.
okay? Why
Yes.
so if and I guess it would depend on like the level of eye contact, right? Because a lot of people that's like a very vulnerable thing, right? To
Mhm.
hold eye contact during a conversation, whatever the case may be. Um, so would it be a red flag? And I asked Jay Michaels this the same thing. If we're having a conversation, if I took you out to lunch or dinner, whatever the case may be, and while I'm
Mhm.
talking to you, this is what I'm doing. My eyes are doing this.
That would be kind of it's actually distracting for me.
Mm.
because in my mind I'm like, okay, well, what the hell is he thinking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Eye contact is a big deal for me because I need to be able to see, um when you tell me something, I need to be able to look into your eyes to see if you're being
Mm.
truthful, authentic. Because I feel like I'm a good reader when it comes to people. I feel like I
Yeah.
can read people really good, and that's why I'm really huge on eye contact.
Yeah.
But if you're doing all of that, in my mind, I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on in your
Yeah.
mind?
You
Like in
plot.
my
I would.
mind, you're thinking about something else, and it's like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yep.
But I'm really big on eye contact. I'm really big on being present within the date, like no phones, like I'm huge on that, and I can't stand. So that would be like a pet peeve of mine if a guy would to approach me, and if you're trying to talk to me, but then your attention is like in your phone, or you're looking somewhere else. That's a
Yeah.
big no-no. So I
Yeah.
can't say that would be a pet peeve of mine. I need to know that your attention is on me, especially on a date. Like, no, like I'm real big on that. That's like a huge red flag for me. If you pull your phone out on the first date, you don't even have to worry about me the second date, because
Say you up out
yeah,
of there.
I'm done. Yeah, like you can't even give me your attention for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep,
It's crazy to me.
absolutely. So,
But
Cubs, y'all heard it. Y'all are hearing it. So y'all can't say that. Oh man, like you ain't getting no tips. Like y'all are getting it, literally from like the source
yeah.
itself. Like y'all are getting it, and I think that's just across the board. I think that's. I,
But
I'm not gonna
older
say. I
men do
think. I
that.
believe that's very disrespectful. Right,
Yes.
that's extremely disrespectful. If I'm inviting you out, or vice versa, even if because I've been invited out before, right?
Mhm.
If you're out on a date and this is supposed to be like, hey, I want to get to know you, but then the whole time you doing this number,
Right.
like I'm
Or
leaving.
you're like looking, checking your phone, or like that's, yeah.
Or
I don't
you
like
doing this
that.
right here. You looking at the time. That's like do you need to be
Exactly.
somewhere?
Like,
Like,
yeah, right.
yeah. Like do you need
Like
to
where
be
you gotta be at?
somewhere?
Right. Yeah. I don't like
Absolutely.
that. But that goes both ways, and that
Yeah.
goes for any age group, honestly, because I've been on dates with older men that does it, and it's like, yeah, no. Or I've been on dates where men said that women did it to them, and
Yeah.
yeah. But I feel like if I'm on a date or we're on a date, my phone is gonna be put away.
Yeah.
It's not coming out at all.
Yep.
Um, for whatever reason. But yeah, unless, we decide we want to take a picture or something, but other than that, my phone's not coming out.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, that's definitely a pet peeve of mine. Like,
So
not giving
let,
me
let,
the attention.
let me ask you this, Tia, and let me know if this is too personal. So you have kids, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
24, he'll be 25, 21, and 14.
Okay, 25, 21, 14.
Yes.
Okay, you dated a younger man. How
Mm-hmm.
how does your kids feel about that? How would your kids feel about that? You dating someone
That's the
that's
thing.
probably like five
Well,
years, maybe 10 years older than them.
well, that's the thing. I've been out on dates with people. So, well, no, I take that back. The guy that was 10 years, he did. So, I do take that back. My kids did meet him. However, they didn't feel any type of way. Honestly, my older son, they were really cool. They were really cool. And it
Wow.
was a long distance. It was a long distance thing because he was from New Orleans. And at the time, my oldest son was in college down there. So whenever he would come up on the weekends to see me, he would call up my oldest son, like, hey, I'm going to Memphis. Like, you want to ride up so you can go see your mom?
What?
So it was time. Yeah. So it was actually cool in the beginning. But like I said, it was the whole
Yeah.
kid thing. And it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it's just. And he swore up and down like, "Oh no, it's not a big deal." And it's like I knew it was a big deal. Like I knew it was deep down inside. I knew it was. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not gonna work. Like 5 years from now. And like I said, this was at least a good 5, 6 years ago. So I
Okay.
knew somewhere down the line, like eventually, like he wasn't even 30 yet.
Ah,
So
got you, got you, got you, got you, got
I'm
you.
like, you definitely, yeah.
That's
But
actually the first time that I've heard anyone say that the kids were like,
yeah, like
"What's
actually,
up?" Like
it was,
that's rare.
yeah, like it wasn't bad. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was a little skeptical, especially with my family, because they could be a little tough.
Uh,
But the one thing that was our saving grace was because he was already a friend of the family. So the family already knew him. But it was like when we got together, it was like, oh, she's dating him. Like, and it was like, yeah, but, and like once I got over that initial hump of like us showing up together
yeah,
in front of my family, and then it was like, oh, okay, well, this is not so bad. Because
yeah.
then back in my mind, I'm just like, my family gonna think I'm crazy, like dating this younger guy, like he 10
And
years younger than me.
and actually,
And
let's actually talk about that though. Like honestly, because there's a lot of women on here that are terrified. Like they are very well attracted to younger men.
hmm
But let's kind of set the scene here, right? So there's a huge double standard, right? And
hmm
we've talked about this all the time, to where older men can date younger women, and we gonna dang near get a trophy for it, right?
right.
Yeah, we gonna get a gold medal for it. Versus, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have older women that are dating younger men, and y'all get the side eye. So you have a lot of women that are
We definitely
terrified
get the fact. Yes.
terrified to not just express that they're attracted to younger men, right? But to actually step out in public. And I
Do
know
it
that
in
can be
public.
hard. I know
Yes.
that can be hard. So how did you, specifically family, like they're going to be
That
the
was,
ones that tear you up the
I'm
most.
not gonna lie, like I was so scared to even say something like to my family, like, yeah, we are a thing now. Because like
Yeah,
I said, he had already knew my family. He's been around for years. And but it was like when him and I started talking and really started, connecting more, hanging out more, and then we decided we were gonna, be official or whatever. It's like, okay. And I'll never forget, it was my birthday weekend. I spent it in New Orleans, and that was like the first time we like showed up together in front of my
yeah,
family. And it was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I was definitely terrified to do it because my family can be tough. Like, they can be tough. The women in my family, they
yeah,
gonna tell you, like they gonna tell you like, nah, Tia, like that ain't, But
yeah,
it was like one of those things. Like I'm just like, you know what? I love. At the time, it was like, we were in love. I'm like, I love this person. It is what it is,
yeah,
and we just gonna go for it. And that's what it was. And like I said, everything was going great, for a couple of years. And but it was just the whole kid thing. And I'm just like,
yeah.
yeah, I can't do that for you. So
I feel you.
I'ma just bow out gracefully, when we're still cool, till this day. But yeah.
Nice.
But it's
So
definitely terrifying. So I don't know. Like I said, we just had to do it eventually. It was like, it was one of them things. I just had to go for it. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. We definitely got questions,
yeah,
but it
absolutely.
wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, I mean, we got drilled. Don't get me wrong, we did, but
Yeah, yeah. Which
it was
comes with the
like,
territory.
yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely does. So,
So if you have advice for any of the women, because a lot of women, when you started talking and sharing your experiences, I got a lot of comments saying like, "Ooh, that was me," or "That's me currently." If you have any tips, and y'all please make sure y'all go follow Tia. Please make sure
please,
y'all make sure y'all go follow Tia. She's good people. She's good people. I always joke on her. I ain't gonna say joke on her. I always comment
yeah,
when she
talk
say
about my
today.
accent,
Like, so I'm
right?
going. I'm shopping here today. But I had a lot of people. Hey Danielle, I had a lot of people comment when you were talking. They're like, hey, that's me. I was horrified, petrified. I was scared out of my mind when I had to be in public. Like I love my cub, but just the
hmm
world perception
Right.
what would be your advice on breaking through that? Because of course it's easier said than done for somebody just to
It
say,
is easier
"Oh,
said than
just go
done.
do it." But there has to be like more, like it's like where there like coping mechanisms. Did you and your cub have a conversation? Did he take lead on
It
that, or like how was that?
we we both had conversations about it because, like I said, prior to us showing up together in front of my family, like I said, he had already knew my family. He was always, at family functions and things like that. So, because he's actually my cousin's best friend, so that's how we kind of
Okay.
connected. But so he's always showed up at like family functions, birthday parties. Anytime we have something, he was there. But so we definitely talked about it, like, hey, like, what do you think, or when do you think we should do it, or how do you think we should do it? And like I said, at the end of the day, if you're really with that person, if this is somebody you're just having fun with and dating, and y'all just having fun, and you're not even thinking about the whole family dynamic of it, don't even worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
just do you, have fun. But if this is somebody that you are really looking to spend possibly like the rest of your life with, or something, something that you feel like is long term, I feel like, hey, don't worry about what other people say.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, it's you and them. If you love that person, I just say, hey, do it. Because you're definitely going to get some feedback. Like I said, we got drilled, we got questioned. Like I said, my family was pretty cool with it, but like I said, they did get questions, but no one actually like talked down on it. Like, no
Yeah.
one was like, oh no, I don't think you should do that, or they were still supportive of it, even though they had questions. The main question was, how did y'all hook up? That was like the main question. But like, how did that happen? But
Yeah.
I say, if
Yeah.
this is somebody that you are looking to be with long term, and you really love that person, like, I wouldn't even care.
Right.
I'm honestly, I wouldn't, especially at the age that I'm at now. I definitely wouldn't care. It's like, hey, it's my life and I have to live it. Like, y'all don't have to live it. I have to live it.
Absolutely. And half of them
But yeah,
people,
if
they're
it's
not paying your bills in
they're
no
not
shape, form, or
exactly,
fashion. Like they're not.
exactly.
They're
Like,
not. It's like,
please, yeah,
yeah.
please. And because everybody's gonna have an opinion on something at the end of the day. We all human. We gonna comment on it. We gonna have an opinion, but
Yeah.
they don't have to deal with it. They don't have to be with that person. But if you love them, hey, do you like living your truth? Be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
If you want to date younger, date younger. If you want to date, like, I just feel like, do you, like, it shouldn't be. Now, I'm not saying go and date no 18 or 19 years old. But hey, to each his own.
Yeah. Just
But
y'all, please make sure they legal. We don't want nobody getting in
please,
trouble. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just make sure at least 21. But at least. But I mean, hey, if that's what you choose to do, like, living your truth, like, but so, I mean, we
Now,
only get one life. At the end of the day, we only
did
get
you
one life.
did you ever feel? And once again, let me know if this is too personal. Did you ever feel, because there is a huge misconception, and once again, I'm not naive, or I don't believe no one here is naive to the fact that it does happen, to where younger men use older women maybe for finances, or they want to fulfill some older woman fetish, right?
Fantasy.
It happens, right? And on the
Mhm.
opposite end, there are older women that use younger men just for the hanky panky, right? They want to have
Mhm.
sex, salmon, or whatever the case may be. Did you ever feel as though that's what that younger man wanted? Like, did that ever cross
No.
your mind?
No.
Nice, nice, nice.
No.
Absolutely.
Never. Um. Never. Like I said, this was somebody that I had been knowing for years prior to. Like, I had been knowing him since he was like in middle school, and I was
Mm,
like out of school, and
yeah.
but no, it never once crossed my mind. Nah, never, nothing like that.
Okay.
It was just a genuine connection, like, genuinely, like, we just, you know he approached me one day, and it was weird because it was like, I was in New Orleans one weekend, I think it was for my daughter's birthday. We were celebrating down there, and he showed up to the party or whatever, and he was like, man, I ain't seen you in a while. And I was like, yeah, I've been living out in Memphis, blah blah blah. He was like, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't think anything of it. And then he found me on Facebook, hit me up on Facebook, and from there we just kind of started talking. And like I said, it just ended up being like a genuine. It started off as like a genuine friendship, and then it
Yeah.
just kind of progressed from there.
Yeah.
Because after talking to him, I'm like, he didn't grew up, he kind of grew up, but yeah, but
Uh-huh.
anyway, yeah, no, it was never nothing to the point where, I felt like he was using me or I was using him for
Yeah.
anything. No, it was definitely a genuine connection. So,
Nice.
but yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So it can happen,
Yeah.
it can. It really can. But yeah, I don't know. I don't
And
know.
and I've also expressed this too, because a lot of people, when it pertains to older women dating younger men, a lot of older women have expressed to me, and I can't speak for every older woman, but a lot have expressed to me through DMs, or they'll email me, whatever the case may be, and they'll say, "Hey, I'm in a relationship with a younger man, and I feel
Where
as
do
though,
Cougars hang?
huh,
I'm laughing at that question. Where do Cougars usually hang out at?
we'll get to that, Cloak. Give me a second, Cloak. Thank you for the rose. So this is one of the ones that was like literally asking questions. So I want to make sure that, and I believe this is his first time on the live. So I want to make sure that he's getting a good experience, or at least as much knowledge as possible. But
Right.
there is oh Lord, I done lost my train of thought now.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, no, it was okay. I started focusing on the question. I started
I
focusing on.
laughed at that question because it's like, I don't know. I mean, we be everywhere everybody else be.
So I would tell you a few, and I post these all the time. So if you're not following me on Facebook, if you're not following me on Instagram, there's a lot of content that doesn't make it to TikTok. Specifically, there's a lot of content on where to find cougars, or where to find cubs, or things not to do when you're dating a cougar, things not to do when you're dating a cub. So a cloaked, and I believe it was a cloaked hero, one place or a few places where you can find older women who are attracted to younger men is this one: high school football games. That's one. So she's laughing because
Well, at the time I was there, but I mean, my kids are out of high school now, so it's like I'm not hanging out there now. But at one point in time, you could have found me
yeah,
at all the high school games.
fact.
Smart fact. So,
So high school football games, Whole Foods,
mhm.
any grocery store in the fruit,
Target.
Target, any grocery store, and these are the sections you want to go in: the fruit, vegetables, produce section,
Mhm.
the canned beans section, and the water, the packs of water section. Those are
Mhm.
three definite, and those are like personal stories of mine, right? So I know those for a fact. Another one: if you go to any hot yoga studio, all up through there,
Oh.
all up through there. And this is
Yeah,
another
I,
thing
I
that,
I heard the gym is a good place. However, I don't work out, so I wouldn't know.
now,
But
if you do go to the gym, I'm gonna tell you, you can't go in the evening. You will not see no older women at, well, you may see
true,
some, but you want to go early in the morning. A lot
right?
of older women are at the gym early, especially if they have
Yeah.
kids that are grown, but they still handling business. They're at the gym at like five,
She said,
six
don't
o'clock in
forget
the
the
morning.
parking lot. But the thing is, Michelle Elizabeth, I don't want nobody approaching me in the parking lot because I'm gonna feel like, my guard is kind of down at that point. Because if I'm walking to the parking lot with my groceries and somebody roll up on me, I'm a little suspect at that point. I don't want you rolling up on me in the parking lot. Like, catch me while I'm still in the store.
Yeah, fact,
Like,
fact.
but
I'll say this as well. The not the park. Well, I mean, you can find some, but usually a lot of older women that'll be at the park, they're there with their husbands 9 times out of 10.
mhm,
So I'm not gonna say the park, but live music lounges,
mhm,
right? I don't know if you're into live music lounges, but you
I
can go
am.
you can go to a live music lounge and you will find a lot of older women single with
Hmm.
friends that are attracted to younger men. There's a place called down here that's called Furniture Factory, live music place. There's another place called the Electric Bell. Every time I go, and of course, y'all know how I dress when I go out, right? So every time I go out, I probably got like a fedora on, whatever the case may be, a suit jacket, whatever. And
Hmm.
not so much that I'm out trying to get numbers or nothing like that, but I'm usually in conversation or I'm dancing. I will say this: if you don't know how to dance, you need to go learn how to dance. In my experience, older women love to dance.
Yeah.
Y'all, please
And
let
we
me
do
know if
like
I'm wrong.
live music. I can say that. We do like live music. However, you won't catch me in any of those places 'cause I just don't go anywhere anymore.
Yeah,
But if I'm invited out, I definitely enjoy a live band.
yeah.
I just don't go out a lot of places anymore. So if you want to find somebody like me who's a true homebody, the only time you're gonna see me is in the grocery store.
Told you.
Cause,
I told
'cause
y'all.
that's probably the only place I'm going, and I'm going right back home because I am a true homebody. Just
Look,
don't approach me in no parking lot. You can
look,
approach me in the store, but not the parking lot.
and I'll tell y'all this: if this is something that I have done, and it has worked wonders for me, right? So if I see an older lady, right, that I'm like really interested in, like she looks nice, whatever the case may be, and I want to go up and approach her. If it's in a grocery store, this is one thing that I do. I'll ask her for an item that I know that she knows what it is, but it's going to be very awkward because a young man is asking for it, right? That's going
Hmm.
to start conversation. That usually going to
Right,
start with, what you know about that? Or you know
right.
what I'm saying? And it's going to start. So I'll ask her, like, hey, do you know where I can find the grenadine? How many young guys are going to, you know what I'm saying? How many young guys are
Know
going to,
what grenadine is?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
right,
it's gonna be an automatic, like, what you about to get into?
right.
I'm
What
like,
you
what
know
you doing
about
with that? So,
that?
right? See, and they laughing like, so it's, if anything, I would definitely say the grocery store is like
Hmm.
definitely a key, and you got to look at it too. Whole Foods. The reason why I say Whole Foods specifically, like over Walmart, over Publix, over Target, is because what's in the name? It's Whole Foods. Majority
Hmm.
of people who cook are women, right? And yes,
Hmm.
a Coke Hero grenadine is like a drink mixer. You can use it as a drink mixer, right? Um, and I'll explain a little bit more later on. But Whole Foods, a majority of the people who cook, right, who know how to cook from scratch, are using Whole Foods. They're going there to get
Right.
ingredients. So that is like, if I had to rank them, that's probably like number two outside of high school football games. It's Whole Foods.
Or I actually like going to Whole Foods just to grab some food off the hot bar, and I'll sit in there and eat sometimes. When I was actually working out in the field, I was yeah, I would go to Whole Foods and get food off the hot bar, and I'll sit there and I'll have lunch by myself. That
Yeah.
would be a good time for someone to, but again, I always get the reply like, "Oh, you look unapproachable," and I'm like, "How the hell do I?" Because I guess I don't smile a lot in public. I have like this mean mug that I put on, but honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know. But Michelle Elizabeth, you had a question. You said, "Have I ever been approached by older men thinking I was younger than them?" Yes. Um, I have been, but I get approached by more younger guys. I attract more younger guys because I've been told a lot. I don't look my age.
No,
Um
you don't.
so I do get approached by more younger guys, but I have been approached by older men thinking I was much younger, and then when I tell them, "Oh, I'm 40 or 41," and they're like, "Oh, you're my age." Like, yeah. but
Mm.
um but definitely, yeah, that has happened to me. But more so, it's the younger guys that are approaching me because they're thinking I'm their age. I get approached by 20-something-year-olds and 30-year-olds, and they're thinking I'm their age, and I'm like, no, I have kids almost your age. So, like, like, yeah. But yeah, it's
Nice,
crazy though.
nice.
But yeah, Whole
Yeah,
Foods is a good spot. Whole Foods is a good
yeah.
spot.
Whole Foods is
Um,
definitely a great spot. But
yeah.
try those out. A cloaked hero. Try those out for starters, and like just experiment with it. Like just I would say this. Go to those places. I'm not saying like be no weirdo, about it. I'm not saying being weird, like you kind of
Right.
sneaking through the aisles. I'm not saying that, but just frequent those spots. Next time you go to Walmart, next time you go to Publix, Target, wherever it is that you shop, just kind of hang out in the produce section. You're going to see mainly the type of customers that are over there are older women. One of the things that I encourage everybody to do, look at the left hand ring finger, see if she's
Please
married.
do.
If
Please
she's
do.
married, don't be a home wrecker. Like don't do that. You don't want those problems. You don't want that karma because people catching bullets for less than that, right? So look at the ring finger, be respectful. If they don't have no ring finger or you don't see no tan line right around the ring finger, like go and
Yes.
approach. The worst they can do is say no, and even if they say no, build your confidence up. Like honestly, like
Right.
build your confidence up because I've been
And
told
that's
no.
the key. That's the key to have confidence.
Yeah,
Like you said, and the easy way to do it is like you said, just ask a simple question. That's kind of how you get to know, and you open that person up. Just ask them a question.
right,
Get the conversation going. Um, but you got to be confident. And like you said, if you're being told no, that's fine. Hey, I mean, it's somebody out there for everybody.
right,
Honestly, it really is.
absolutely.
Um, you just got to be confident. You can't let that one no like stop you. Like, oh well, I'm not gonna approach anybody else. No, it just probably wasn't the person for you, or that person might not just really be into younger guys. I
Danielle,
mean,
you are going in on these comments.
who is Jordan? Okay, so Jordan turned you down for 3 years.
That's
Lord,
that's the number one right there.
hey,
Danielle is the number one.
look, my girl, look. If that's somebody you want, look. Don't let that stop you. 'Cause,
Danielle, good people though. Danielle is definitely good people. All right, Tia,
right.
man, I appreciate you hopping on.
I
I honestly did not
know.
think
I
that you were
gotta
gonna
go. I'm
hop
sitting
on.
in my car. I need to go so I can get home. It's getting late. I usually be at home in my bed by now.
All right, good. So, okay, all right, Tia. Peace, peace, peace. I
All right.
appreciate you hopping
See you
on.
later.
All right.
Bye.